hold it.
Okay. So I've heard from a number of people that they are in other meetings. We will have people probably trickling in as they get out of their meetings, so. But anyway, call to order. Let's see, Leanne,
Present.
Carol,
Here.
Logan,
Present.
Teresa,
Here.
and Katie, I'm here. Okay, so discussion and possible action regarding the acceptance of the regular session minutes from the Hospital District Board meeting of June 2nd. That starts on page 1. Does anybody have any changes or things they want to?
I do not. Any changes? No, Hannah.
I do. On page 7, under cyber coverage, the amount should be $2,358.12.
So I make
$2,523.24.
$2,058.12 is what it should be.
$2,358.12.
Okay,
I make a motion to amend it to $2,358.12.
I second.
all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Okay, so it's accepted with changes. Okay, moving on to financial matters. Okay, so starting with item A, the annual operating budget.
I know, on this page 9, where it lists everybody's names, that has to do with the, both myself and Katie are not appointed, we're both elected. So that's incorrect.
We can make that change.
I'll make a motion that make the change. I mean, I was appointed initially, but then I went through an election, and Katie, you were elected too. Last November.
Okay, well, I mean, it's to me, it's kind of a minor point.
It is a
because
minor point,
The
I just
certificate
think
that I
we need to
got
be
says
accurate.
that I was appointed and elected, so it says both actually, so.
Doesn't say you're elected, it just says appointment.
I don't know what I'm saying is,
Can you say
the county sent me a certificate
Well, I know that
saying-
we have a certificate, but why not be accurate on our minutes or
We
whatever?
can make that change, if you want. So can I hear a motion?
A motion to change Newmeyer and Patchero to elected instead of appointed.
And I did not know that. Second. I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Alright. Okay, so, to finish out that section A, we, provided the fixed and recurring costs to the finance department, the Mahoney County Finance Department, so we, submitted that paperwork, so that action item has been taken care of. And what you see here in the package is what we submitted.
And that was on page 1.
Okay, it starts on page 9. Alright,
I have a question.
okay.
The question is, who sits and does all this? Is there a member of the board that sits as this is reviewed, or? I'm trying to understand the process.
Well, typically myself, I'm usually involved in the production of these, myself, Catherine, sometimes Teresa.
Okay, so we're not consistent as to who's always on? Is there someone always on the board at these kind of discussions?
Yes,
Okay,
alright. Moving on to B, this is also for information only, a discussion of the following invoices that have been paid since June 2nd. Of note, at the June 2nd board meeting, approval was granted to pay invoices upon receipt so as not to delay payment or incur finance charges. So, copy of invoices and respective warrants have been forwarded to the KRMC Finance Department for budget reconciliation and to the Mojave County Treasurer's Office for fraud protection. So, the following 5 invoices have been paid. Does anybody have any questions?
No?
All right, moving on to item C. Information only, again, discussion of the balance sheet summaries for March, April, and May, as well as statements of revenue and expenses for the same time periods. This will be presented by Barry Moore, starts on page 11.
So that's unburied. So, there's 3 months of financial statements. So we'll just do May because that covers all 3 months.
Sure.
So, I'll start with the balance sheet.
I can hear.
I can hear it.
Yeah,
I can do it.
Pretty low.
I'll try to make it carry.
Thank you.
So for May, when you look at year-to-date, so that's page 26 in the package. Look at 430 year-to-date and 530 year-to-date. The increase in or current assets, which is cash for the next part, was 2,000,000 and 2,565 $2 million. So that's the cash decrease was for 2 GME or 2 IGA payments. One was the GME IGA it was accrued as an expense in 2024, I think it was, or a prior year. And so that was 1,687,000. And the other one was the APSI APSI IGA payment number 3 for $412,860. So that affected the cash and also affected the liability down here where it says accounts payable IGA, and it decreased by 2.1 million, which is those 2 payments exactly. So the next page is the income statement. The current month total income is 111,255. So that's the lease payment, according to GASB 87 calculations. And the other part of that is lease interest income, which is down in other income. So 111,255 and 32,041. Expenses were 13,224, and net income was 136,000. Year to date is the total months, of course. So 1.2 million is the income from the lease expense for income, and the lease interest income is 365,533. There's also expense reimbursements to the district from KRMC, and those are the sum of these admin fees that you see up here in the expense section. And the net for the year is minus roughly 75,000, 749.52. So that is the last 5 months. I'm sorry, actually more than that. 11 months since we're June 30. On page 28 is the treasurer's statement that shows the ins and outs of all that I just talked about. So, any questions?
Okay, can I get a motion?
It's info only.
Hmm?
It's info only.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Alright, so, moving on, yeah, they don't have to work this tonight, but, yeah, okay. So right under, the, description of Mr. Moore's presentation, there is, rediscussion and possible action regarding approval to secure a hospital district board business credit card from a reputable credit card company, bank, or credit union. So, in the previous June 2nd meeting, the board approved the chairman to proceed with the credit card application through the National Bank of Arizona. But following that meeting, it came to light that further research was needed to ensure payment with a business credit card is allowed under ARS Title 48 Special Taxing Districts. And so we have Tom Price online who was going to address this, if you can hear us.
Can you hear us, Tom?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. The statute says that.
Can you turn that on?
Speak up, Tom.
Oh, hold on, Tom.
To,
Is there a way to turn him on here? One moment, Tom.
I think he has to turn himself up.
Is there a way you could speak a little louder, Tom?
I can try. Can you hear me better now?
No, just barely.
Barely.
Let me change the volume on my.
There
Is this
we go.
better?
Yes,
That way,
yeah.
Okay. You guys got to talk quietly because it's very loud in my ear. So what it amounts to is that the statute that's applicable here is Arizona Revised Statute Section 48-915A, and in particular, it uses the language that monies received by or received for a hospital district from any source shall be deposited with the county treasurer of the organizing county to the credit of the hospital district and paid out only on warrants approved by the board of directors of the district. The bottom line is you cannot be using a credit card.
Tom, can I open that for discussion?
Sure, I'll try to answer
Well-
questions.
I mean, technically you can pay a credit card with a warrant, and the credit card would simply just be an instrument. If everything's pre-approved, that's gonna be charged to the card and then paid with the warrant. You're just using a tool/instrument to pay it.
Well, so far I
My-
have not experienced that because I was telling you about how I set up an account with Staples, and initially they did want me to secure it with a credit card, but they were willing to work with me, and they will invoice whatever we purchase, and then we pay with a credit card, and there's no problem.
So here, and I understand that, here's where we're at, Tom. I have reached out to both the governmental departments of both Google and to Microsoft Teams. Neither of them accept any type of government check anymore due to fraud purposes. They require electronic payment via Visa, Master, American Express, or wire transfer. And so to secure our technology, we have to come up with a workaround.
Can any of those be prepaid through warrants?
No, they won't accept any warrant checks, period, because of the amount of fraud. I spent about several hours on the phone with the department at Google, and I will say that not many people there speak good English, so it was terrible. But Microsoft Teams was way easier to deal with. I figured, okay, we can move to Microsoft, but they said the amount of fraud coming from government-issued checks and just government-issued entities currently, they're unwilling to do that process. So the two major players in the game of what we need aren't accepting that as a payment. So we have to have some sort of instrument to pay them.
Well, what is it about the statute that doesn't allow us to use a credit card? I guess I don't know.
I mean, the next step, and correct me if I'm wrong, Tom, but the next step is to reach out to the Attorney General to see what we can do.
Yeah, or the county attorney's office, actually. We wouldn't have to go to the attorney general. But let me ask, let me respond to Dr. Newmeyer's
Okay.
question first. Dr. Newmeyer, what it is the statute says paid out only, in other words, when it uses that term only, that means only
Right.
on warrants approved by the board of directors of the district. And that's why I've taken the position that the credit card would not meet that statutory requirement.
May I ask a question? Is
Sure.
the hospital district, improvement district different than, for example, the Golden Valley Improvement District? I checked some statutes, I'm not a lawyer, but I didn't see any difference, and my question to Supervisor Martin was, does the Golden Valley Improvement District have a credit card? No, but they do handle all their own bills, it's not handled by the county.
Right. We're not involved in the
Yeah, I know that.
financial aspect of that. at that
Okay,
point.
but thank you for answering that, I didn't know.
I want to caveat off that question. I have reached out to several, in the beginning, like many months ago, I reached out to several other special taxing districts in different counties in Arizona. Some who were forthcoming with information, most who were not. Asking how they pay for their technology, and they keep saying it's county provided. So, from our meetings with the county, I mean, I can't speak to all of them, I wasn't present for every single one of them. But I feel that the county is uncomfortable with providing us with technology and emails and whatnot. So I feel like we're hitting a wall to secure something that is required of us, and I'd really like to know what we could do to move forward.
What I can do is I can visit with the deputy county attorney and see if we can figure out a way to resolve the issue, because you cannot really compare yourself to other improvement districts, and you're not an improvement district, first of all, so you can't, that's apples and oranges. You cannot consider yourself a fire district. There's separate statutes that govern each of these governmental entities, so trying to go to these other entities and ask them the question that's not really applicable doesn't do us any good. So I can reach out to the deputy county attorney and see if there's any resolution we can get to here. I did not realize you were going to run into this sort of complications, so I appreciate the information.
No, you're welcome. I'm just looking forward to get it resolved because it's uncomfortable at the moment.
It's important that these systems be set up as soon as possible. And I know there's been a lot of work done by each of you as directors to get that accomplished. So I don't mean to be the person who is slowing you down.
Well, we
But
do have a little bit of.
let's do this. If you don't all mind, I'll reach out to the deputy county attorney. I'll get a email out to our district assistant, and then she in turn can copy you individually. And again, we're not trying to violate the open meeting laws, but your next meeting is not set for, is it August or September?
I'll have to look up the date we put down. I think it's, we don't have one in August, probably in September.
I believe it was September because some of us had vacations.
That's right, yeah, it was
Yeah.
September. But not only that, we don't have an office space yet. We're waiting for the Board of Supervisors to make a decision about that, hopefully August 3rd, at their next meeting.
I don't have any more questions.
So let me do what I can to try to get a solution that's going to work and still be within the statutory requirements.
Cool. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. At this point, I'm gonna sign off unless, chairperson wishes me to stay.
I don't believe, I think that was the major problem. So I don't think that there's anything else in the agenda package that needs your help.
No, I think
Okay, so moving on, item E, review and discussion of possible action regarding approval of the revised hospital district's fixed costs and current costs for fiscal year 26 and 27, and that starts on page 21. And Logan, do you want to take this one?
Sure. All right, so, we have packets here. So cat stops the category and cost of holding an election if necessary. The cost to support this election is $50,000 if it's required. Already a part of the spreadsheet.
I think it's already on. This is just a note to us that otherwise it would have been double booked. But
Geez,
we're probably not.
I think we're good.
I think we're good.
Okay.
I think we're good.
All right. 6 cell phones estimate. So the initial cost on that was $700. The secondary cost on that, because we didn't qualify for a promotion, will be another $692. That is not on there, but it is later in here. Those are the Google phones that were purchased in May. Some of us have them. Others still need to get theirs set up. Printer copier, $1,000. IT support, help setup is left blank at the moment. Digitizing existing records was budgeted for $5,000. Board website creation, $3,305. Email migration account setup, $300. Adobe Acrobat Pro is unbudgeted at the moment. Laptops and tablets, $5,000 is put in as the new estimate. Miscellaneous office furniture, $200. This would include like a coffee machine, coffee supplies, whiteboard, small fridge, tables, etc. HP Elite touchscreen laptop for the admin assistant, $2,600. A shredder for $300. That total is $18,405.
Just for your information, that's quite a bit lower than what was in the last package, which was on the order of something like $40,000. So we really scrubbed it.
So where are these phones?
They're sitting. I need about an hour of time with each of you. So when you're ready, we can definitely get that done. Yeah.
You have to make an appointment.
Yeah, that's not a problem. Rent, if we get the office space that we're really hoping for with the county, is $22,525. This would be in the county building in an unutilized area that would benefit the county by giving them funds they didn't have before. Board insurance, the policies in the price of 2026 was $22,000 plus an additional $2,400 for cyber coverage. So that's not an estimate, that's what we're looking at. Legal services currently are high due to the separation from previous separations of the board, but I believe those costs are starting to come down. Would you guys agree?
I think so.
Yes. Office supplies, $600. This is pens, papers, inks, notebooks, binders. We all know what school shopping's like. The cell phone plan for 6 people. This shows $600 for the 6 cell phones. This is the additional $600 for the non-promotional price. The monthly plan is I've not seen it reflected in here. The monthly plan is like $124.
Okay, I haven't seen any costs yet come in on my.
Okay, you should here shortly.
Okay.
Yeah.
May I ask a question? So that's $1,200?
$1,200 for the initial startup cost, and it's about $124 a month plus taxes. Internet provider is undetermined. Staff salary is undetermined. We don't have staff. We have a contractor currently. Am I correct on that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Annual audit fee, currently that is $20,000 a year, and that's where that's at. Ongoing costs for digitalizing records, Teresa will provide that information. How is that going?
We're just waiting for September.
Perfect. Ongoing cost for the web maintenance is gonna be $150. This is, hours per, yeah, so this is basically 24/7 web maintenance. The Adobe annual subscription for 24 months, one license is $287.88. That would be for the Adobe suite. IT staff for the auditorium, building meetings is it's $40 per person per hour, and that's IT, correct?
Yeah, I suspect we'd only need one person helping us each meeting, so
Typically in the video room, there's 2.
there's 2?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Microsoft 360 Premium, that's an estimate of $20 for 6 users, so that's just $199.99 a year, just about $200. Grand total monthly average cost is $39.75. Any questions?
Okay. So are we at a point where we can make a motion to accept these costs? Or do board members feel that we need to further massage these?
Well, if they're accurate and that's what they're actually gonna be, then I think we could go ahead, but if we don't know for sure, then I think we need to.
We would have to make a motion to amend our previous vote to accept those costs on
Yeah,
the
because
laptops.
we've changed, for example, the laptop
To tablets.
cost to tablet is quite substantial. There's a big reduction there.
On the printer, that's 15,000 more.
Well, I know, but I think initially what we had in there was about $1,000.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So,
So if these are different than what's been approved, I think we need to go ahead and vote
So
to change.
do I have anybody who wants to make a motion to amend the previous vote on the laptops for tablets and then accept the budget how it is, or do we need further discussion later?
Okay, I'm a little confused, which is not unusual. We have a budget, but how have we done anything as far as our income regarding, we were increasing our expenses, but I haven't seen anything increase in our income. And if I read the statement
well,
right,
we'll
we're
get into
already,
that. We'll get into that. I think there's gonna be a discussion coming up on the new lease, so.
Yeah, that portion is on the new lease.
Yeah,
We'll get to
so
discuss that.
let Logan cover that.
well, wouldn't it make sense to talk about the lease first before we talk about committing ourselves to expenses?
Right.
Normally, you talk about your income first, and then you talk about your expenses. At least that's what I've done in the past, sitting on the school board. I know things are different here in Arizona, but I'm just, you know.
That could work.
Does anyone wanna make a motion?
The lease is not on the agenda. You
No, it's
can't
not,
discuss
so
it.
it
Yeah.
would have to be,
Deferred to
Deferred.
It has to be deferred.
would you like, anybody like?
I'll make a motion to defer the approval of this fixed costs as well as recurring monthly costs until we have a signed lease agreement, so we know our income.
I'll second.
Alrighty, so we could defer this, that's not a problem. Alright, so,
You get a vote.
can I get a motion to defer this?
I
I
just
did already,
did.
and I
Oh,
seconded it.
Leanne,
Carol
okay.
seconded it.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Okay, so all in favor say aye.
I,
Okay, any nays? Alright. Okay, so, moving on to item F, brought forward from the June 2nd hospital district meeting, let's see. The trial period for the Google Workspace ended, May 28th. So in order to receive this trial period, I used my personal credit card to secure the service. So,
I'd like to make a motion to reimburse Katie for the
Yeah,
continued
so-
services until this gets resolved.
I'll second it.
yes,
all in favor say aye.
Carol.
I,
Carol?
Any nays? Okay. So there will be some more invoices, that will show up in future agenda packages, covering the same thing. So moving on to old business, discussion and possible action regarding the approval of the addendum for EPL coverage. We deferred it last meeting. The policy and pricing is, can be found on page 24. Now, the backstory about this is that, when we were looking at board coverage, we also asked for, policy pricing related to EPL and cyber. At the time, we thought we were going to have some direct hires, and we do not. Technically, Catherine works for Allied, she does not work for us. So at this point, we don't need EPL coverage, I think. I think we can, have it, in the event that we ever have a, direct hire, we can revisit this, but for now, I would suggest
I do have a question.
we, okay, go ahead.
Have they provided Catherine with some sort of coverage that's comparable?
So from Allied, they have workers' comp, they rattled off a list of things that they cover. But they do not cover things like fraud or anything like that because they don't have direct control over employees. So it's kind of standard in that industry.
Okay.
Anybody they don't have control over, they don't cover for things like fraud.
And they won't go.
So, so can I get a motion on this?
Just to hold off?
Motion to
To just hold off on this for
Yeah.
now.
I'll make a motion to hold off on this further review later meeting.
The EPL.
Of the EPL.
Of just EPL.
Not just EPL, yeah.
Yeah,
I will second.
okay. All in favor, say aye.
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 Ayes have it. So moving on, discussion regarding the hospital district, office space lease agreement. So at the last, July 6th meeting of the Board of Supervisors, they reviewed the draft proposal of the lease agreement between the county administration and the hospital district. The Board of Supervisors deferred their approval to August 3rd. And their county manager, Dave Strahl, asked for clarification as to the duties and authorities of the hospital district board. And that starts on page 25. We wrote up a response to that. And that starts on page 25 to 32. Does anybody have any questions about that?
Seems pretty one-sided, but I guess, is this just the normal thing for lease agreements for
Yeah, it's pretty common.
office space?
That's a pretty common commercial lease. I've done a lot of those. I think the lease looks good. Does anybody else have any questions?
I didn't see anything.
It's a 5-year lease, located, in their county building. It's a beautiful layout. Lots of-
Have they agreed to limit it to us if we pass it?
Well, they wanted their questions responded to appropriately, so they understand how we fit in.
Which questions are that?
They asked several questions at the meeting. You can, I can send you the link to the YouTube. You can watch it yourself. But these are what they drafted. Katie drafted the letter.
These are responses to the questions
If
that they
you go
have?
to page 33. Right there.
So, yeah, our response starts on page 33.
That's all pretty much routine, describes the description of the board. Was this satisfactory for them?
Oh, yeah.
We don't know yet. I mean, we just sent it out.
July 7th is when they sent it out.
So, shouldn't we wait until we see what they're okay with it before we decide to
I think we should accept the lease.
We have to accept it, I mean, these two things have to happen, so I mean, if we have, your acceptance of this in place, and then on August 3rd, then they take it to their board members, and everything is lined up and in place.
But we don't know if they have any problems with this, draft that you saw.
We won't know until the
We
next.
haven't, no, this, we haven't heard anything.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the lease as it's written.
I'll second that motion.
Sweet.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any nays?
It's on abstain.
Let's see, there's one outstanding thing, the board of supervisors, they noted in the draft lease agreement, this is, item number 2 under B, that the district board must obtain commercial general liability coverage, and the terms of that coverage is outlined here. And that's currently in work, I'm getting a quote, I'm working with, the risk management team here to get a quote, and I'll bring that to the board next time when we get it. We have probably 30 days after the lease is signed to have this liability insurance in place.
Pretty standard.
Yeah. All right, so moving on to item C, discussion and possible action regarding the approval to change from Allied Forces for ancillary staff billing salary payments to One Call Staffing LLC. Allied Forces has proved not to be cost effective with their billing practices and have not adhered to the agreed upon percentage for using their services. So the backstory on that is we negotiated a 26% increase
26%
payment for Catherine's services. They're charging us in excess per hour, more like 51%. And I've asked repeatedly for them to explain why and how they calculate that. And they finally today called me before I came to this meeting to tell me that it is based on, what did they say? Profit margin. Yeah, seriously. Profit margin, payroll tax, and there was one other item that went, comp,
workers' comp.
workers'
Workman's
comp.
comp?
Yeah, that goes into their computation of her per hour charge.
Whose profit are we talking about? Their profit?
So, oh man, so, I was astounded.
How much is their profit that they are?
Well, I told them to detail everything in an email to me, and but their business practices are wild.
We were hearing one thing from the local office, and then it goes to their corporate office in California, who is not going by what was told to us.
Probably very corrupt, because most of California.
As far as discussion, I mean, I would like to see the contract from One Call before I would vote on something
Well,
like
do
this.
you want us to go back and revisit the other one? There was One Call and one other.
Can we get a contract from both of them so we can review them?
Let's do it. Yeah.
All right.
Let's do a comparison.
I make a motion to get a contract from the other two that provided quotes to us so that we can compare contracts.
Yeah.
Second time.
Yeah.
What's the name of that company? The second, what's
May-
the name of the second company?
Elwood.
Elwood.
And to avoid what we've experienced, in that contract, can they give us a detailed explanation of exactly what percentage of the funds, based on whether it's 26%, whatever, so that we don't get upcharged? Because like, oops, we made a mistake, or it goes someplace
That's
else.
the point of
It
this.
was a holiday, but you had to pay the fee anyway. That's what we experienced with Allied.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
yeah.
All right, good.
They are.
So we got a Second.
Yes.
Okay, so all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Okay, so ordered. Okay. Let's see, under new business, A, review, discussion, and possible action regarding the approval of the policy and procedure for payment of invoices from vendors. And that starts on page 36 through 37. Anybody have any comments?
No, that looks good.
I have a question. Is there someplace in that closet a binder with all the previously policies and procedures?
There were none.
There were none.
So I'm going to make a suggestion that we better have one so that we, as going forward, when a new person's elected, they are thoroughly informed of what to expect. Because, not having policies and procedures in place is potential lawsuit. It causes confusion and it causes inconsistency. So somehow I think, Katie, you've done a wonderful job, but this is something else that we have to amend that previous boards did not take action on.
Thank you so much.
So who's going to formulate the policy
Well, okay,
that we're gonna vote on this?
so, yeah,
What's right here?
right now.
We're just those, I'm just asking down the
discussion
road.
The discussion right now is focused on
That's
the,
36.
the policy that we have provided in this packet.
Yes.
Oh,
So, can I get a motion?
For the invoice payment policy? Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
so,
make a motion to accept it as written.
can I get a second?
I will second.
Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? All right. Moving on to B. Review and discussion and possible action regarding the approval of the policy and procedure for board-issued electronic devices, related software, and peripheral accessories. So, 38 to 42.
I'd like to make a motion to abstain this till the next meeting so that we can put the one that I submitted side by side with the revised version.
Not a problem.
Okay.
Not a problem. Okay, so, can I get a motion to defer this one?
I make a motion that we defer this until the next meeting.
And I second.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Review, discussion, and possible action regarding the approval of the policy and procedure for purchase of office supplies and equipment. Starting on page 43.
I like it as written.
Yeah, I didn't see any problems with it.
I'll make a motion to accept it as written.
I'll second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Discussion and possible action regarding the approval of setting up a Staples account for the purchase of office supplies and or essential equipment, laptop, iPad, software, and accessories. So, as I mentioned earlier, I worked with Staples to set up an account. Right now, the board isn't obligated to do anything. We can just let it slide if you guys don't want to do it. But they're more than willing to work with us. They will invoice us and accept a warrant check for payment.
is Staples the most cost-efficient
Sorry?
company
It's
that provides that services that we're talking
it's the only one we found that accepts warrant checks so far.
Yes.
I make a motion to proceed with Stephen's application and use that for supplies.
Can I
I'll
get a second?
second it.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, discussion and possible action regarding approval of the Baker Tilly letter of engagement for the required annual audit for fiscal year ending June 30, 2026. And this starts on page 45 through 53.
This was the most boring read.
Yeah, it was.
So sorry.
Now is, when are we no longer obligated to Baker Tilly?
Okay, so this is the final year of our involvement with Baker Tilly. And so starting in the next couple of months, we will need to start interviewing other qualified companies. We've already received a list of potential companies from Mr. Moore.
How many other companies are there?
Not many, not many.
No.
So we're not starting too early to get on their calendar and to interview them to do this. If we can't find one, I mean, we do have an option of just continuing with Baker Tilly for 1 year, for maybe 1 year.
1 year intervals that we can be approving it for 1 year at a time?
1 year at a time.
And is this a pretty standard? I mean, I have no idea. This is pretty
Well,
standard.
Well, the way it was explained to me, you have to find audit companies that can do forensic audits, not forensic, governmental audits of hospitals. It's not,
So there's probably not too many
not too many,
that do that.
not too many. So I do have a list of 3 or 4 names to start with, and we'll start interviewing them.
I'd like to make a suggestion that we put together a committee that is Katie and another member so that it's not so much on your plate. To ask all the questions and get that put together, so it's,
I don't even know what questions to ask at this
I
point,
know.
so I'm gonna need some help,
if anybody wants to volunteer.
yeah.
I don't know either.
I've never done it.
Well, maybe what we can do is take this document, read it, and then look at it and ask the
Did
question.
you, it was the most boring reading.
It
I've
was,
had.
and just pull out the key questions that we want to have answered. So use it as a template to be the springboard for the questions.
So should we just all of us review this and then have some questions to give to Katie to give her some direction?
But there's also some very specific things that the auditor needs to look at.
Yes.
And we need to make sure that they are
You're sounding very
doing
qualified.
that, because if Baker Tilly is going to continue doing KRMC, KHI, then we are going to want somebody also as qualified who's going to follow up behind them so that we are protected.
Absolutely. So I make a motion that all of us put some questions together for Katie, and I volunteer Teresa to help her on the committee. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So we're each gonna come up with
Yeah, some
what
questions.
questions
Yeah.
we think.
All right, that's it for today, so the final thing is call to the public. If anybody has any questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none, I say we are adjourned, can I get a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion, we adjourn.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Just in time.
All right.
Wait, who made the,
I'm sorry, I made the second.
who made the?
You,
I came to reinforce.